Curb Your Enthusiasm Season 12, Episode 9, Ken/Kendra, is full of hilarious moments, like Bruce Springsteen's brush with COVID and the revelation of Larry's penchant for floor sex. Ken/Kendra is the penultimate episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm's entire run, setting the stage for a complicated trial in Atlanta next week in the series finale. Larry has a misunderstanding with his masseuse, catches a restaurateur tweaking his health inspection rating, and unwittingly gives the boss COVID, causing his public image to plummet right before he returns to the courts of Georgia for his trial. The second-to-last episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm isn't just dedicated to setting up the finale, it's also a great standalone episode in its own right, with plenty of instant classic gags. Matt Berry has a hilarious cameo as a young Larry director who coerces Larry into reading his dreadful memoir. J.B. Smoove has a hysterical double entendre riff when Leon is trying to flirt with Larry's new lawyer. From Jeff keeping his hunches to himself to Larry promising his disgruntled masseuse a Springsteen introduction, this episode was full of funny moments. Larry's masseuse gets the wrong idea. The masseuse thinks Larry wants a happy ending, but he just wants an ending. Larry gets a massage in Curb Your Enthusiasm. The opening scene of Curb Your Enthusiasm Season 12, Episode 9 sees Larry receiving a massage from a masseuse that Cheryl recommended. Larry paid for an hour-long massage, so when she stops the clock 35 minutes in, he's understandably disgruntled. He asks her to finish, which she misinterprets as a request for a happy ending. Larry argues that he doesn't want a happy ending, he just wants an ending, but the masseuse storms out and tells Cheryl that Larry demanded a sexual favor. This is somewhat similar to a storyline from Curb Your Enthusiasm Season 2, Episode 10, The Massage. In that episode, Larry got a massage and the masseuse gave him a happy ending against his wishes, causing Cheryl to grow suspicious. Whether he gets a happy ending or not, Larry's massages always cause more stress than they relieve. 9. Jeff keeps his hunches to himself. Jeff had a hunch about the masseuse, but didn't tell Larry. Jeff in a restaurant in Curb Your Enthusiasm. After Larry's disaster with Cheryl's masseuse, Jeff reveals that he had a hunch that there was something off about the masseuse. Larry is incensed that Jeff didn't tell him about this hunch, because it could have saved him a lot of grief, but Jeff says that since hunches are never 100% accurate, he keeps them to himself. That way, if his hunch is wrong, he won't get in any trouble for it. This episode gets a lot of laughs out of the concept of a hunch. When the titular Ken says he had a hunch about Larry, Larry argues that people just say they had a hunch so they can sound smart and intuitive. Ken saying he had a hunch after the fact makes him seem helpful and on top of things without having to actually do anything. 8. Bruce Springsteen wants to meet Larry. The boss was inspired by Larry's apparent activism in Atlanta. Bruce Springsteen at a dinner table in Curb Your Enthusiasm. Early on in the episode, Jeff tells Larry that Bruce Springsteen's reps have gotten in touch with him, because the boss wants to meet Larry. Springsteen is in LA for a highly anticipated concert and he's eager to meet Larry, having been inspired by his apparent act of activism in Atlanta. Springsteen doesn't know that Larry knew the woman he gave water to, or that he didn't know it was against the law to give water to voters in Georgia, so he thinks Larry is a liberal hero. Springsteen previously appeared in Curb Your Enthusiasm Season 12, Episode 2, The Lawn Jockey, praising Larry's actions in a TV interview. It can be very hit and miss when non-actors appear in Curb Your Enthusiasm, but Springsteen was hilarious in this episode. Like John McEnroe, he's a great deadpan foil for Larry.